Welcome back. Today it's why does the Earth look so small from the moon when the moon looks so big from Earth? If you've been around long enough, you've probably heard some flat earthers say this once or twice or a billion times. The short answer is focal length. If that's adequate for you, see you later. Thanks for coming. If you want to see me prove it, stick around. So here we have a photo from Apollo 17. And here we have a random photo of the moon. Why does the moon look so big here? Now, if we take a look at this picture and its origin, you'll see that it was shot with a 60mm lens. So your first question should be, what was the focal length used in this picture, right? You want to compare apples to apples. You don't want to just grab a random picture and go, why does it look bigger? I don't know, maybe it was zoomed in more, right? Maybe it was just optically larger because of the lens. So here we have some examples of what the moon would look like under different focal lengths. You see maybe the problem yet? You were probably looking at a focal length closer to this in the previous picture of the moon I was showing. When in reality, if we want to compare it to the pictures taken by Apollo 17, we have to look at a closer focal length. So what I did here, and I did in our previous video, is I took AutoCAD and I created two circles, the size of the Earth and the moon as we know them, and put them side by side to show you the scale. So if we're observing the Earth and the moon with lenses of the same focal length so we can compare apples to apples, this is what it should look like. The Earth should look that many times bigger than the moon to scale. Then what I did was overlap those circles with the actual pictures of the Earth and moon. This is the Apollo 17 picture of the Earth I showed earlier. And that is the picture of the moon at 50mm. They are indeed correct the way they're being shown by NASA. So in other words, when you look at the Earth picture next to the moon picture at the comparative focal lengths, you will see indeed the Earth is 16 times bigger than the moon. Now, the other one I hear all the time is hilarious. It's the Apollo 8 Earthrise. How can the Earth look so small compared to the large moon here versus the Epic camera on the Discover satellite, which is 1 million miles away from the Earth, showing the moon this small compared to the Earth? This one blows their minds. Well, I did a simple demonstration using Play-Doh and my phone camera and recreated these things all in one continuous uncut shot to scale.
So I redid the experiment, scaling it for you better. Here's a 3-inch ball and a 3/4 inch ball. That's a 4-to-1 ratio. And watch what happens. These are 90 inches apart, and then I'm going to pull the camera back 270 more inches, which represents the distance of the satellite. This is about halfway there. Just zooming in so you can see. Notice the perspective is completely changing. And by the time we get to the distance of that satellite away, which represents 270 inches here, we have almost an exact replica of the Epic satellite picture. So there you have it. There's the match. And hopefully now you can see how you can go from this to this just by pulling the camera back and zooming in. I look forward to the further confusion on this topic in the comments section.
One quick thing before I get out of here. My memberships just went live. So if you would consider supporting the channel, supporting what I do, I would appreciate it. First person to join as a member will have a permanent place on my background here. I will put their name up there. And then the next 25 members will also be added to this list underneath somewhere. So if you'd like to do that, go hit the membership button below and join. I will also be adding in big font as well next to the first member, the first super chat, because super chats are now live as well. So if you join my lives, keep that one in mind. Always a good time.
Flat, oh please, sailing off the world's edge in the breeze. No gravity, no satellite seas. Just believe in your fantasies. Yelling about conspiracies in the night. while we orbit the truth in plain sight. So stubborn, so wrong, it's quite a plight. You believe you can shine the light.